prize of the UCLA government internship program was to work in the office of a senator or a congressman. And I didn't get that prize, but Dean White said, "You will do fine at the Democratic National Committee. There is a convention this year to nominate a person to run against the president." And so I arrived on the 6th floor. It was a very busy place. There were important people coming in and out of the offices. They didn't come to meet with me. But I had an advantage that some of the interns did not have, which is I had a motorcycle. And so they would give me these manila envelopes with lines on them and this thing that you wrapped around to keep it tight. And I would make trips up to the Capitol Hill and up to various offices throughout DC as an errand boy. And that was really good, because sometimes I would deliver something and they would say, "Wait right there," and wait right there would be for 2.5 hours. And I could sit in on the Senate hearings or Senate floor, and same thing with Congress, and I got to see a lot of DC very, very quickly. My job was to work on the platform committee hearings. You know, when you get ready for a convention, there's platform hearings around the country to say, what will we stand for as a party this year? And so I felt pretty important. You know, the committee hearings in Denver, Colorado, where my son lives, I got to work on coordinating the speakers, making sure there were enough photocopies, or whatever we called them in those days. I think they were mimeographs. And I got to talk to the assistants of some important people. And it was really fun. Well, one of the things we had in those days, and most of you are not old enough to understand the concept of free phone calls. We had what was called a WATS line, a wide area telephone service. And there were two of them. There was a national WATS line and there were regional WATS lines. And I learned that that was a perk of the office. Well, I was born in Lorain, Ohio. The day after I graduated from Admiral King High School in Lorain, Ohio, my family flew to move to Los Angeles. So I had friends and family in Lorain and Cleveland, and I had friends and family in LA. And so my first weekend, that Friday night, which would be June 16th, 1972, I resolved to stay late and take advantage of the WATS line, which I did. Probably starting about 7 o'clock, the office is emptied out. A lot of very young people going out to party hard.